All right, Tim. Notre Dame picked up a commitment Monday morning, kind of out of the blue. Just in terms of so many of these commitments have the big announcement on YouTube or you have the ceremony with the hat trick and all that. No, Bodie Kahoun just a Monday morning at I believe it was 7 a.m. Bodie just tweets out, "I am committing to Notre Dame." So ranked as the nation's number 431 overall player. That's a 3-star right now. But for on threes industry ranking, how that works is the longer this class goes on, the more 4 stars they basically add. So I think it ends up being up to 454 star. So essentially, if that national ranking holds, it on up being a 4-star. That's how that works. Number 45 linebacker in the country. Rivals personally, has them ranked as a 4-star prospect. I think that's notable. Number 26 linebacker in America. Picked the Irish over Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Tennessee, and a handful of others. Was a former Ohio State lacrosse commit as well. So Tim, also had Miami, Florida State, pretty strong offer list. What was your reaction to seeing this commitment? What do you think about this player?
Well, my first reaction is, where's the Singer text to let me know what's going on? I was like, is this real?
Hey, man.
Even you got on the message.
7 a.m. on Monday. I was not awake when that happened.
You got on like, did not know this was happening. So, yeah, I mean, this
or, to some extent, yeah. But
no, I hear you. But no, it was very surprising because you guys, I think Kyle had just done an article a week ago talking about his 4 visits and he's got 4 visits set up, one after another coming here in June. And I've been prepping for the June and writing him down and all. So when he committed, I was like, oh, whoa. But then start doing a little bit of, a little math and whatnot. He sees, what Rezick commit, spots start to fill up a little bit, right? Maybe he's originally from Indiana, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Zionsville outside was at Indianapolis area, I believe. So I bet he just said, you know what? I can't pass this up when he started thinking about it because he's obviously visiting and whatnot. He's a good football player. He's a good, solid, 3-star. That's what I truly think he is. He's a good football player. He's outstanding lacrosse player. I've seen some lacrosse film on him. Unbelievable. I've coached a few Mike backers that are lacrosse guys, and he looks just like a couple of guys I've been lucky enough to coach. So he's got some really good skills. You know what, Mike? I've been a broken record talking about linebackers. So many of these guys are Mike Will Viper. That's kind of almost how they're all rolling into place.
Burnham, Tui Halamaka.
Yes, a bunch of these guys are can play out there in a pinch if they need to. And I it's almost like Cole Mullins in a way. I think Cole's going to eventually be a true guy with his hand in the dirt, playing every single snap as in a 3-point stance. But a lot of these guys with these hybrid, you could mix and match, move them around. And I think Kahoun is the same type of a body, when you look in there. So really good athlete, obviously lacrosse player, going to play Ohio State, which is a nationally ranked team each and every year. So he brings some good skills, and we'll see where he's going to end up. I mean, that's the way I look at it. In probably 2 years, I think when you start to look at these guys, he's not a ready-made guy. I don't see him playing in 2024, especially how they've recruited the last couple of years. So let him redshirt, see what he does his sophomore spring. And is he going to be a Mike, a Will, or a Viper? He's going to be one of those 3.
Yeah. So responding to a couple of your points you made, your analysis on his recruiting process, he locked in the officials, and it's like, man, I know where I want to go. That's essentially what happened. He told me that he called up Al Golden Thursday night and then talked to Freeman and Max Bulla as well. So Tim, that was a 2-minute highlight tape, right? Do you want to know, like, man, why 2 minute? He told me he played linebacker in 5 games. He's only played 5 games of linebacker. He told me he was a safety to start the year. Then he had a notable hand injury. I want to say it was his hand, he told me. And then when he came back, I guess the team just kind of needed him as a linebacker. So he's very raw.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the reason why, like, I don't think he's...
you can see it.
He's
Yeah.
not a safety at the next level, obviously. So then the linebacker film gets out there. He didn't pick up his first offer. I want to say it was from Virginia Tech in January. He's a lacrosse commit for Ohio State. And then all of these offers he's picked up are all since January. Again, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, NC State, Duke, Utah, FSU, Louisville, Cincinnati, Miami, Stanford, Indiana, West Virginia, and then a handful of group of 5 schools. I mean, this kid's no slouch. And here's the thing that folks, listen, I know you are tired of hearing about 3 stars. And I'm going to tell you, I don't really care because, and the Notre Dame doesn't either, nor should they. They're going to go after the guys they want to go after. Stars be damned. I mean, sure. Would they prefer that Bodie Kahoun is ranked a 5-star? Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. But they're not going to go after a 5-star kid that they don't think is very good in favor of a 3-star guy who they absolutely love. Now, I'm not saying that, taking all these 3-star guys is, going to win you a national championship. But what I'm saying is it's very narrow-minded to just look at the ranking and learn about the kid for about 3.5 seconds and then form your opinion. It's all about data points, as we talked about last week, Tim. You just gotta, let's not jump to so many conclusions. Let's just see. You play the damn game. You play to win the game. We're not talking about practice. We're talking about a game.
True, but I will, if he does, and if he does stay a 3-star, let's just say he stays a 3-star. Well, I've gone back the last 10 years. About a third is that loose emoji with 3 stars. Roughly, it's really less than a third truly make it, which is fascinating. Which goes back to
it as like a big time player.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Yeah,
so that sounds fun.
Exactly. As someone who's playing and whatnot, who's a starter, whatever. But it's like, I mean, Notre Dame. One of the posters posted on the message board asking about unranked 4 stars and the high 3s. Those guys rank like a Bodie, 400 to 500, let's say, and then those unranked guys, basically 300 to 400 is what the metric is using. And Notre Dame, Mike, has had 9 captains, which is fascinating out of that group. Just between number 301 and 500, Notre Dame's had 9 captains just in the last, about 7 years, 8 years, which is pretty awesome. So they are getting some good guys. I mean, obviously you got Drew White, you got Greer Martini, JD Bertrand. I would not be surprised if Bodie Kahoun, after a whole year, more film and all that, I bet he ends up being between 350, 375. I'm going to be surprised if he moves up a little bit into that range, a top 350 player, because he does run to the ball and has some really good skill. And if he ends up being in that range, you got a JD Bertrand type of football player on his film, and the athleticism that he has.
Or he ends up, as I'm trying to think, that linebacker who went number 1 out of Georgia, 1st-round pick, or he ends up as a 5-star caliber kid, or he ends up as a total bust. I don't know. I just don't like the let's just jump to conclusions. I just don't like it.
And I think, and this is what people, the Rezick kid out of Nebraska. At least for me, that guy could run, no matter what it is. At least they got a guy. Yeah, at least they got a guy who's tall and could run. So they'll figure that out. And I think in this day and age, Mike, is at least someone for me who's seen a lot of Notre Dame recruiting classes. It's almost like, all right, take a deep breath. You're going to get some Bodie Kahouns. You're going to get, like you're saying, some raw guys who only played a little bit, but is a high-end lacrosse player. I mean, you're going to be signing 25, 27, 28 guys probably every single year moving forward.
Yeah.
And if there's 3 or 4 Teddy Rezicks, Bodie Kahouns, so be it, because they could run. He's not slow. He's not a stick in the mud. That's why, when you hear that buzzword, the versatility, he's going to play one of those Marcus Freeman 3-3 hybrids, meaning Mike Will Viper. The Rover, as far as I'm concerned, Rover is a strong safety moving forward. That's just another strong safety type of a body. So, and I think Bodie Kahoun, Rezick, some good athletes that could run. Now they got to close and go after a couple of these top ranked linebackers that they're still on.
Yeah. Roquan Smith, who I was thinking of, who the Bears picked a few years back. He was just Buckets War when he was outstanding.